Joining us, I'm Callahan Marshall in for Gary this morning, and I'm sitting by Eric Gage. So my ride in this morning, very dry, very smooth, not windy. My car's small, so if I can feel the smallest amount of wind when I'm driving my car.
My car's top heavy, so same story. If it's windy, my car's all over the place. But yes, today it's a quiet start. In fact, let's take a look at where things are on the radar. Yes, there's lake effect rain, but that rainfall is to our north. So those of you north of Boonville heading toward Lewis County, Old Forge, northern Herkimer County, you're going to be seeing some unsettled weather and rain showers early today. In the Mohawk Valley and south, your morning will start out dry and quiet. We zoom out a little bit here. We can see that lake effect band really starting to set up here right off of, again, Lake Ontario, and a stronger band right off of Lake Erie. So we're tracking that throughout the day today. That band will eventually sweep south as you progress throughout the afternoon. But still, again, a live view of downtown Utica. It is a quiet morning out there. 47 degrees of temperature in the city, 43 Hamilton, 46 in Johnstown, and 42 in Saranac Lake, where that rain is reported up there. So the next 12 hours favor some sunshine moving in briefly, and then we'll see some rain move in for your evening commute. So it's a tale of two conditions throughout the day today. So pack that umbrella when you head out this morning. Temperatures peaking in the low 50s. Tomorrow it's going to be even cooler with some more lake effect. We're going to time out that lake effect band and explain how lake effect works coming up in a couple of minutes. Callahan?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, more than 41
Welcome back. Time now is 5:11, going on 5:12 early on this Thursday morning, and we're taking a look at your forecast in a minute as you head out to work today. First off, we take a live look at area cameras, traffic cameras here. Notice a couple of things. For one, Mohawk Valley and South Bridgewater, Herkimer, it's dry. Roadways dry, heading up toward Boonville, eventually in northern Oneida, eventually northern Herkimer County. You got some wet roadways as that lake effect rain band is currently set up in the North Country. Yorkville Battery live radar, that rain shower again staying up toward Watertown in Lewis County at this hour. Lake effect rain continues to develop today north. That rain will push south throughout the afternoon. Dry, cloudy, unsettled weather continues through Friday, and then sunshine eventually returns later on this weekend. So again, it's a dry start in the Mohawk Valley. Rain moves in this afternoon. The next 3 days, on and off lake effect today, tomorrow, lingering drizzle as we head into Saturday. Callahan?
Last night, the New York Power Authority and
the WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now 5:19 on this Thursday morning, and we are beginning with a live look at some lake effect rain on the radar right here. It's moving through portions of Oswego, Jefferson, Lewis, Herkimer counties right now. Even northern Oneida County got a stray shower that passed through the Boonville area. And for the most part today, this rain band will continue to stay to the north. There are some spotty showers heading out toward Rochester. That's falling apart. And a more notable rain band heading toward Erie, Pennsylvania, and portions of the Finger Lakes, and especially just south of Buffalo, right downwind of Lake Erie. Either way, today in the Mohawk Valley, it is starting out dry. Here's a chance of rain forecast for the Mohawk Valley. Obviously, those of you in the Adirondacks, expect an inverse of this graph. So there's that band. It's to our north. It pushes into the Mohawk Valley as we head into the afternoon and evening. That rain band will weaken again, return again as we head into Friday afternoon, and then the rain will taper off as we head overnight with some lingering drizzle expected as we head into Saturday. So yes, this graphic here says lake effect snow, but it's the same process. And I want to explain now that we're entering the season in case you want a refresher on how lake effect works. So you have warm water, either it being the ocean or in this case a giant lake like Lake Ontario, and you have those temperatures, for example here 48, right now it's at 60 degrees. So you need to have a temperature difference of around 23 degrees between the water, and the air that's up in the atmosphere around 5,000 feet. With that difference, what happens is you have all that cold air sweeping over that warm water, and it collects all that moisture and then dumps it on the land following it. In this case, it's snow, but right now we're dealing with rainfall. So as long as there's a temperature difference, it doesn't matter if it's warm or cold in terms of how, if we're above freezing or below freezing, as long as there's a difference here. So look what happens as this cold air mass exits. Notice that lake effect begins to fizzle out. You need that cold air supply. Without it, there's no lake effect. And that's the case of what happens later on this week. So again, there's that band to our north. It sweeps south. It's a rainy evening commute for some of us to this evening. A few scattered rain showers overnight, and then a repeat tomorrow. That rain band to our north, even some flurries potentially mixing into those high peaks areas, and then that rain will sweep south with scattered showers in the evenings, and then overnight lingering drizzle heading into Saturday. So your 7-day forecast, in the wake of this cold air mass, yes, it's not really going to warm up too much, but we're going to be drying up. Have a lot more opportunities for sunshine looking ahead to next week. So as we wrap up October, we're on the downward slide of October already, and it's going to be on the nicer side next week. Just getting through some of this rain. And
out of the way. Got to get it out of the way, and then the good weather comes.
Yeah, it'll be arriving.
All right. Thanks, Eric. The time is now 5 again in this half hour. I'm Callahan Marshall in for Gary. Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center. He's going to give us a look at what to expect for today. Right now, it's pretty mild, not much going on outside. Yeah, pretty quiet here in the Mohawk Valley. Dry. Temperature's not too bad out there. In fact, let's take a look at the radar because some other locations here this morning seeing something a little bit different here. We look to our north where that lake effect rain band is currently set up. There's actually a single bolt of lightning, so there is the chance of lake effect lightning to take place today. Obviously, that is mainly focused where the center of the lake is. That's where the strongest convection is for this lake effect rain band. But what are we expecting today? Rainfall to stay to our north. It's going to push south as we head into the afternoon. By the way, on this map here, it might be difficult for you to see on your TV screens here, but there's actually some snow, or what it looks like snow, mixing in those highest elevations, in those high peaks areas of the Adirondack. So something interesting to see there. Downtown Utica, it's a dry morning. Getting quiet here in the Mohawk Valley. Temperature 47 degrees. In some other spots, low 40s. It's not too bad weather-wise this morning here in the valley, but as we head throughout the afternoon, the sunshine will turn to lake effect rain, especially by the evening commute. It's going to be a damp one for the rest of the day today. Following that, we're going to track hour by hour that lake effect rain band, especially as we head into tomorrow. We'll explain exactly what causes that lake effect coming up in a few minutes. Callahan? All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, it didn't...
Tracker 2 team, where we track storms.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Our photo of the day today takes us to Steuben. An amazing photo right here of a sunset on the farm here. This was submitted to us anonymously, but either way, it's an amazing photo of the fall foliage in the backdrop, a beautiful red barn here in the foreground, a staple of central New York, or just pretty much upstate New York in general, these beautiful barns you see in the countryside. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So this morning, temperatures are in the 40s. It's really not too bad weather-wise in terms of temperature. The rainfall is to our north right now with lake effect. That rain band will sweep south as we head throughout the day. Tomorrow, rain chances as well. As we head into the weekend, though, we're going to see things begin to dry up, and there's potential for some more sunshine to arrive next week. Before that, we're going to time out that rainfall today, coming up in a couple of minutes. Callahan?
A locally produced movie that...
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now is 5:50, and we begin with a live look at our radar, where the rainfall is currently taking place north of the Mohawk Valley, impacting Jefferson, Lewis, Oswego counties, mainly up toward Watertown at this hour. And then as we progress throughout the day today, that rain band is going to slowly sweep its way south. We zoom out, we have another band of rainfall, a more notable one, moving over Erie, Pennsylvania, and parts of the southern tier and portions of western New York right there, heading just south of Buffalo. So, pretty active morning for rainfall, especially out west. So here's the chance of rain in our forecast for the Mohawk Valley. If you're living in the North Country or what you're tuning in right now, expect this graph to be the complete opposite, basically a flip-flop today. So in the Mohawk Valley this morning, it is dry. This afternoon, that rain band, the lake effect rain band, sweeps south, bringing rain showers in the evening, drying up a little bit overnight, returning again as we head into Friday afternoon, with that secondary band setting up tomorrow. So again, we're going to show that in a lot more detail here in our Skycast momentarily. But quickly, I do want to do a quick recap of lake effect. Now, this is for snowfall, but either way, the same process still holds. It's just a matter of how cold that temperature is on land. Now, in a snow setup, a temperature of 26 degrees over land, 48, you got enough temperature difference. And that's the key here, warm water and cold air. Now, in this case, the warm water is near 60 right now in Lake Ontario, and the temperatures about way up in the atmosphere are a little bit above freezing. And you get that difference, and that produces lake effect clouds. All that moisture gets dumped on the land, trailing that, and that's what produces lake effect snow, or in this case, lake effect rain. So now that I'm mentioning that cold air mass, watch what happens. All that cold air sinks its way up to the north. It gets cut off, and that lake effect rain begins to fizzle out as we head into the weekend. So yes, we could be seeing some lingering drizzle Saturday, but the strongest lake effect bands really begin to weaken here. But this morning, you can see there, lake effect rain showers passing to our north. They move south into the Mohawk Valley this evening. And then following that, a few scattered showers overnight. Repeat that for tomorrow with some lake effect rain to our north. Maybe even some graupel or even some snow flurries mixing in those highest of elevations in Hamilton County. And then that rain band will sweep south again. Scattered showers Friday evening. Lingering drizzle as we head into Saturday. Then as we progress throughout the weekend, it continues to dry out even more, with sunshine slowly returning again as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. No warm up though, we're still in the 50s, so we're going to be feeling more October-like weather toward the end of the month, which is already here, believe it or not. But just a couple more days of rainfall, and then we're going to be drying out.
You know, you've said snow like 2 or 3 times during this broadcast, and it was way more than yesterday. So that tells me we're approaching some
the season's
snow. Not yet, but definitely it's coming.
So it's starting to change.
Yes, all right. Thanks, Eric. The time is now 5:50. Thank you for joining us. I'm Callahan Marshall in for Gary this morning, sitting by meteorologist Eric Gage, who tells us it's dry right now.
Dry temporarily, yes. We're going to track some rainfall as we head into the afternoon. So bit of a tale of 2 different days today. Let's take a look at the radar right now, because again, we are tracking lake effect rain. We were mentioning this yesterday, and the fact that it would start north in the morning hours. So here it is to our north, and mainly parts of Jefferson, Oswego, Lewis counties, primarily impacting Watertown at this hour, actually. So that's that lake effect rain band coming off of Lake Ontario. There's a much stronger rain band heading through Erie, Pennsylvania, and then portions of the southern tier, western New York, Finger Lakes, Buffalo, even parts of Rochester. So the western New York portion of this is getting slammed with rain. Some decent rainfall again just off Lake Ontario, but we are drying up tremendously as it heads into the Mohawk Valley. By the way, there's something, what appears to be potentially snow mixing in those high peaks, the Adirondacks. The temperature at Whiteface right now, one of the high peaks, sitting at 42 degrees. So I'm thinking that an elevated temperature is enough to maybe have some type of a wintry mix falling up there. So nothing confirmed yet. There's no reports, but still, there's cooler temperatures aloft, enough to promote that. Downtown Utica, it's a dry morning, 46 degrees the temperature here in Utica, and again, parts of the area in the 40s for pretty much all of upstate New York. Rain showers reported in Saranac Lake and in Watertown, and Over the next 12 hours, here in the Mohawk Valley, we begin dry, and then that rain chance increases this afternoon as that lake effect rain band sweeps south. We're going to time this out hour by hour coming up in a couple of minutes, and again explain the process and what's causing this lake effect straight ahead. Callahan?
All right, and don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. More than 41 animals.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Time now is 6:12 on this Thursday morning. Good morning, everybody. We'll take a look at what you can expect today on your forecast in a minute. First off, we begin with a look at road conditions out there. Dry in Herkimer, dry in Bridgewater. It's rain, or at least rain-covered roadways up in Boonville, where rain showers are currently taking place up in the North Country. Look at the Yorkville Battery live radar. Let's zoom up to our north here. So Watertown getting hit with rain. Pretty much all of Jefferson County right now, northern portion of Lewis County. Maybe a few more spotty showers to our south. The radar is really not picking up again. This does happen in the lower levels. But either way, it's a damp start in areas to the north. So that lake effect rain develops today. It stays to our north. It will sweep south as we head throughout this afternoon. So overall, it's going to be a cloudy and unsettled stretch for the next couple of days. Following that, we will see some sunshine and some drier weather return as we head toward the end of the week. So again, today in the Mohawk Valley, dry start, rain showers developing in the afternoon. Following today, same story tomorrow. Lake effect rain will be dodging, and then lingering drizzle Saturday before again we do dry out toward the end of the weekend and the start of next week. Callahan?
Last night, the New York Power
Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody, on this Thursday. So far today, it's dry in the Mohawk Valley. To our north, though, we are tracking some lake effect rain. Let's take a look right here on the radar. So lake effect rain is moving through portions of Jefferson, Lewis, Oswego, maybe even parts of northern Herkimer County, even extending with a few spots of drizzle heading into Hamilton County in the high peaks of the Adirondacks. We zoom out a little bit, we can see obviously this is part of a much larger system driving that cold air over those warm lake waters, and I'll explain again that lake effect here in a second. But still, the heaviest of rain is falling over Erie, Pennsylvania, in portions of the southern tier towards Jamestown. And then as we head into the afternoon, this band will continue to sweep its way south as we approach, in fact, 3, 4 o'clock. In fact, here's a look at the chance of rain in our forecast, not only for this morning, but for the rest of the next few days. This is for the Mohawk Valley, by the way. So if you're tuning in from the North Country, just see this line flip-flop. We start out dry. Rain moves in this afternoon. It does dry up a little bit tonight and returns again tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, we'll see some lingering drizzle, but overall that rain will eventually weaken and taper off. So here's how lake effect works. So we want a refresher on how this gets created here over the Great Lakes. Now, yes, that says lake effect snow. It's the same process, just the temperatures are warmer. But you still need the temperature difference. It doesn't matter how warm or how cold it is, as long as there's a 23-degree difference in the warm water and the cold air, you're going to get lake effect. So here's the difference right here. In this case, you can see 48 or 26 degrees, and that's what happens when you have snow. But in this case, it's rain. Once that warm air, or excuse me, cold air moves over the water, it absorbs all that moisture and just dumps it downwind. In this case, it's snow. Today, it's rainfall, and a lot of rain heading toward western New York right here. But watch on this map as that cold pocket of air exits. See that dark blue? As it moves its way to the east, without that cold air supply, that lake effect just begins to fall apart. There's still a westerly wind. There's still air going over the Great Lakes, but without that difference, there's no supply, and this rain begins to dry up. So you can see here that rain band moving its way south throughout the day today. By 5 p.m. and onwards, your evening commute might be dodging a few rain showers. Then Friday, rain showers starting to our north. They will shift south with scattered rain showers throughout the afternoon and evening. Following that, we have some lingering drizzle on Saturday. Temperatures in the low 50s, and then sunshine will progressively move in as we head into the next week. Temperatures, though, still remaining on the cooler side. We are approaching the final downward stretch of October, heading toward November. So eventually, we're just going to start seeing more of these temperatures. It's typical this time of year, slightly cooler, but not an outlier. So more normal, I would say, late October weather moves in.
You know, we were just talking about in the commercial break how fall is so short-lived. Out of all the seasons, it seems to be the shortest. So It's nice to see some of these temperatures towards the end of October, possibly going into November.
Yeah, if it lasted a couple of weeks longer, like that's what I really want, because fall, one of my favorite seasons, probably my favorite season, but yeah, just lasts a little longer.
It's 100% my favorite season, I will admit that. But yeah, it's nice to see this because I have seen snow sometimes at the end of October.
Oh, yeah.
We're not seeing that yet, so I'm good.
Yeah, so far we're in the clear.
All right, let's take a look at some birthdays. Thank you for joining us in this half hour. I'm Callahan Marshall in for Gary this morning. Let's take a look at your forecast for the rest of the week with meteorologist Eric Gage. So Eric, we still have some rain to get through before we see that nice weather.
Yes, there's some sunshine on the horizon, but for now, yes, we're tracking some lake effect rain. Let's take a look at the radar right now and see where that rain is currently falling. In the Mohawk Valley, it is pretty much dry. To our north, though, is where that lake effect is really starting to take shape here. It's really impacting the Watertown area in Jefferson County, but it's mainly to our north. This is going to sweep south as we head throughout the day. So although it's dry this morning, be on the lookout for any rainfall moving in as we approach the afternoon. But again, today, if you're heading out to work early this morning, you don't need that umbrella, but just leave it in your car for your commute home, or in fact, bring it into work with you as you head out from work into your car, which you might be seeing some of that rainfall. 45, the temperature here in the valley. It's raining heavily in Watertown right now. Cloudy skies in Saranac Lake and rain showers reported in Rochester. The rest of New York State looking mostly dry. So today, as I mentioned, it's a dry start. You might even see some sunshine early this morning, but then as we progress throughout the afternoon, we'll see those rain chances increase as that lake effect band sweeps south. So today, overall a little unsettled. We're going to track that rainfall band hour by hour, explain how lake effect works in case you want a quick recap, and following that, we're going to see that sunshine move in again with lots of dry weather coming up in a few minutes. Callahan.
All right, Eric, thank you. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
To you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Our photo of the day today takes us to Steuben. A great shot right here of a sunset on the farm. Photo here of a vibrant foliage in the background. A beautiful red barn in the foreground, a staple of upstate New York, central New York, pretty much anywhere in the countryside here. It's always great to go down those roadways, see those beautiful red barns. And if you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, showcasing a beautiful fall scene in your neck of the woods, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics for the chance to have a photo featured every day right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. So this morning it is a quiet start in the Mohawk Valley. There's lake effect rain to our north. We're going to see more chances for that rainfall tomorrow. We do dry up with some more sunshine toward the end of the week next week. But again, back to the forecast for today and tomorrow. We're going to time out that lake effect rain hour by hour, where the rain will be for the next couple of days coming up in a few minutes. Callahan.
All right, Eric, thank you. A locally produced movie that features
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. It's been probably about half a year since we've really tracked notable lake effect in our area. Now, it's not lake effect snow, we got lake effect rain here. But either way, the process still there, having this big of a temperature difference between the lake waters and the air temperature producing this notable rain band, not only here locally in Jefferson County, Oswego County, and Lewis County, but also a much more notable rain band passing through sections of Erie, Pennsylvania, and portions of the southern tier and western New York. By the way, if this was 2 months from now, the snow in that band would be causing potentially road closures down there. It's a very, very intense rain band heading toward the southern tier. So when it comes to rainfall here in the Mohawk Valley, this is just focusing in those lower elevations in the valley itself. If you're in the Adirondacks or in the North Country, anywhere up north, just flip-flop this rainfall chance graph right here. So it starts out dry. The rainfall picks up this afternoon as that system moves, or the lake effect band moves over us. It dries out, returns again as we head into Friday afternoon, and then the rainfall will taper off as we head overnight with some lingering drizzle. In the meantime, as we enter lake effect season, I do want to have a brief explainer exactly how this setup works. So what you need is warm water and cold land. It doesn't matter the exact temperature. It just matters that the difference in the two temperatures are around 23 degrees between the water itself and the temperatures around, say, 5,000 feet above us. That's the key here. When you have that warm water and that cold air moves over it, there's all that moisture and it's rising off the waters, and that cold air picks it up and it produces lake effect clouds, and it just dumps it on the land next to it. In that case, it's us here in the central New York. And now this case, it's not snowfall, it's just rain, but the same process is still there. So look at this low pressure here. See that cold air, that dark blue? As soon as that dark blue shifts north, there's no cold air supply, and that lake effect begins to fade out, despite us still having winds moving over the lakes. So you need that difference. Basically, that's the key here. So today, there's that lake effect band. It's to our north this morning. This afternoon, that lake effect band will continue to move its way south with scattered showers expected this evening and a few lingering showers overnight. Tomorrow, that rain band is to our north in the morning, and that sweeps south again in the afternoon. I think that initial band will actually be farther south, mainly impacting northern Oneida County compared to today, which is currently impacting Jefferson and Lewis counties. But either way, following these rain chances the next few days, the sunshine will move in again, but the temperatures still remaining seasonable or slightly below average. We are officially in the downward stretch of October, heading toward November, and it's about time we're seeing these fall-like temperatures. As you mentioned before, though, it feels like it's so quick in the snap of a finger, and we're into the snow season. So I mentioned snow earlier. We're not seeing any locally, but the trend is there, pointing
The fact
in that
that you're
direction.
mentioning it means it is getting closer, and there are a lot of people in this area who love, snowmobiling, skiing. I do like snowshoeing too, so the past couple years I haven't really gotten to do that.
Yeah, I do like it, but in moderation. I do like
Yes.
some more weather mixed in.
Yes,
so.
yes, all right. We'll be right back.
Gage joining us now with a first look at the forecast this noontime, and rain is on the horizon, as it were.
Yeah, it was a quiet morning, but it's only inevitable that we're going to see some rainfall today. Let's take a look at the radar. And so again, earlier today it was dry up in the North Country. It was raining, but that rain band is moving its way south. This is from lake effect, and it's currently on the north shore of Oneida Lake right now, heading through Camden and Boonville, heading toward Remsen, pretty much anywhere north of Rome at this hour, and it's going to continue to shift its way farther south into the Mohawk Valley in the next couple of hours. Live look in Utica. The rain hasn't quite arrived just yet. Maybe a stray sprinkle. Temperature at 53 degrees, about as warm as we're going to get today. And you can see here a lot of locations, 52 in Rome, 50 Hamilton, even 50 heading down the valley into Johnstown. So still, it is a cold, or I should say cool morning and a cool afternoon. This afternoon and this evening, we'll see those temperatures go from the 50s down into the 40s. As that rain band moves through, it's going to somewhat fall apart a little bit, maybe a few stray showers overnight before it reorganizes again tomorrow. We're going to track that rain band in a lot more detail coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. More than 41 animals.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are following a lake effect rain band moving in from Lake Ontario. Currently, or in fact, earlier this morning, it was up north, which caused some rainy conditions. A live look in Old Forge right now. As you head farther south, for example, Cooperstown, different story. The rain is far to your north, and so you've got a overall pretty dry start to your day today. Although the temperature is not really that warm. It's in the 40s here in parts of the southern valleys. Radar and satellite is showing that rain band sweeping its way south, part of a much larger system as this area of low pressure shifts its way east. In fact, we'll track that rain here in a second. First, though, you can see here the temperatures this afternoon cooling down into the 40s. Rain chances pretty hit or miss, or mainly on the scattered side this afternoon before beginning to fall apart overnight into early tomorrow. Wind speeds, by the way, breezy, but not nearly as windy as earlier in the week. So while we are tracking lake effect rainfall, I figured I'd give you guys a quick refresher on how lake effect works as we begin to enter lake effect season. Now you can see there it says lake effect snow. It doesn't matter if it's snow, if it's water, even if it's 75 and the lakes are in the 40s, it doesn't matter. As long as there's a difference of 23 degrees between the water and the air aloft, that's when you get lake effects. You get warm water and colder air compared to that warm water moving over it. It's going to produce that lake effect cloud band, and then it's going to push its way directly over land. In this case, instead of snow, it's rainfall. And early in the season, this is what we get here. So we look at the bigger picture here. There's that cold front sweeping through. You got those cloud bands and the rain bands moving in. But notice as that cold air recedes to the north, that lake effect begins to fall apart. Now, we are still tracking some sprinkles and maybe some drizzle on tap for Saturday, but not nearly as heavy in some spots like we're seeing today. So there's that rain band. As I mentioned, it's going to sweep its way south through the Mohawk Valley this afternoon. Your evening commute might be a little bit on the damp side. But behind it, those in the Adirondacks might actually be treated some sunshine later on this evening. So it all depends on location, especially when it comes to lake effect. Those of you who have lived here your whole lives, you definitely know what that means. Then tomorrow, we begin with some rain showers up north, maybe a wintry mix creeping into those higher elevations in Lewis County, or excuse me, Hamilton County. But then as that band sweeps south, it's going to produce a few more scattered showers across the area, weakening into patchy drizzle as we head into Saturday morning, and then by Saturday afternoon and the evening, drying up even more. Following this rainy stretch, we're going to see a lot more opportunities for sunshine as we head to next week. The consistent part of this, though, those temperatures really feeling a lot like late October, early November. We're not looking at a heat wave like we've seen for the past couple of months. It's really starting to feel like the season we're in now. So,
yeah, this is true high school sports playoff weather.
100%, yes.
Pack your layers, bring your umbrella, but not, after tomorrow, it doesn't look like too much rain. So there's a big difference between 51 degrees and rain in 51 degrees.
Yes, it's so much colder.
No doubt. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, last night the new forecast in this half hour, and Eric's back once again, and that rain coming a little closer to the city.
Inching a little closer. In fact, let's see where it is right now. It is right on the doorstep of Utica, producing some light showers in Rome right now. And if we zoom in here, we can see the overall trend moving closer and closer in to the Mohawk Valley. I want to focus on another area on the map here. Let's go up into the High Peaks area of the Adirondacks near Lake Placid, Whiteface, Keene Valley. Notice we've got some blue on the radar here, and that indicates snowfall. Yes, there has officially been snowfall on Whiteface last night. This is an official picture from Whiteface earlier this morning. So, with that in mind, it goes to show you that the weather patterns are changing. Snow is arriving, although again, here in the Mohawk Valley, it's still quite a bit away. That's just the high peaks. You're going to need a lot more cold air to work in order to see snow here in the roadways. So For now, we're just tracking lake effect rainfall in much of central New York, with temperatures still in the 50s, 40s in some sections as you head down into the Mohawk Valley. And then today, we're going to cool down into the low 40s tonight with some on and off rain showers as that lake effect rain band continues to move through the area. We're going to track more lake effect rain tomorrow, and then a look at or at least a preview of how Saturday might shape up with some lingering drizzle coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. We continue to track a lake effect rain band moving in from the northwest. We're taking a live look at the MVCC Canvas camera in Rome. As you can see here, the clouds are moving in. It looks to be getting a little bit more on the damp side. Winds also picking up as well. Temperature sitting at 52 degrees. Of course, you head farther south to Cooperstown. Rain hasn't arrived just yet, so it's a dry early afternoon. A little cooler, though, in Cooperstown, sitting at 49 degrees. Radar and satellite is showing that band move its way through the state, impacting the Mohawk Valley shortly. Meantime, by the way, near or just south of Buffalo, especially Erie, Pennsylvania, they are getting slammed by heavy rain right now. They are getting the multi-lake effect set up here with rainfall. We're just getting a very narrow band from Lake Ontario. So this afternoon and evening, we will cool down into the 40s. Not a major cool down. We still will be tracking some more lake effect rain as we head into the early morning hours tomorrow. But as we progress throughout the evening and overnight, the rain will taper off. Just for now, it's going to be a little bit on the unsettled side. So we are entering lake effect season. It's not snow right now, but it is still lake effect. In the meantime, while we aren't tracking some snowfall, I do want to give you guys a quick refresher on how lake effect works, especially as we enter the season and we don't maybe have all the time in the world to explain it. But basically, it's an interesting science here. You've got warm water and a cold land or cold air moving over that water. And it really doesn't matter, for the most part, the temperatures, the exact temperatures. What really matters is the difference of 23 degrees Fahrenheit. That's when you get the right conditions for that cold air to sweep over the lakes, pick up all that moisture, and then spread it on the land. In this case, it's snow, but for now, we're tracking rainfall. It's the same process, just it's a little warmer out. Still, there's cold air aloft, enough for some snow to fall in Whiteface or the high peaks of the Adirondacks. That cold air mass you can see there is shifting to the north. So we're going to see some warmer air creep its way in. That's going to basically weaken and eventually end these lake effect rain bands. But at least for today and tomorrow, they are still being present. So you can see here that rain band moving into the Mohawk Valley this afternoon. A bit of a rainy evening commute for you guys. Overnight, a few lingering spotty showers. By the way, those in the Adirondacks might actually see a lot more dry weather tonight. Then tomorrow, we start out with some rainfall north of the valley, and then that rain will sweep south yet again. Scattered showers in the evening, and then we dry out overnight with some lingering lake effect drizzle heading into Saturday morning. That'll progressively dry up as we head into Saturday afternoon, eventually into Sunday. So if you are attending the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk, it's expected to be more on the dry side. I would recommend grabbing some sort of jacket to stay warm because, I mean, the high for the day is going to be at 50. The low is going to be at 32 degrees. So it's going to be a little chilly out there if you're doing any walking.
Bundle up for that Making Strides walk, no doubt, but great cause nonetheless. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, Operation Safe.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Back to fall today. Clouds, showers. We're going to see more of this as we head into tomorrow. But the weather does get a lot nicer heading into the weekend. This is just a classic lake effect rain pattern is what we're seeing across central New York. And again, those bands are coming from Lake Ontario. They come down harder in spots. The weather changes a lot. We'll get sunshine, we'll get clouds, we'll get rain, and then 5 minutes later, back to all of that. So this is going to continue into tomorrow as the lake effect machine kind of winds down here into the start of the weekend. Current temperature 50 degrees, mostly cloudy at Griffiths, but again, very changeable weather conditions today. Lake effect rain continues tonight. Cool, cloudy. Also tracking a few showers for high school football tomorrow night. And the weather does get a little bit nicer heading into the weekend with a return to sunshine. Cloud showers this evening, temperatures in the 40s. We're tracking some cooler and wet days ahead. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 2 teenagers missing from
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is an unsettled day. We've got cloudy skies, lake effect rain showers, much more typical weather pattern for this time of the year, and that means we get more of it as we go ahead. And tomorrow is going to be pretty similar to today. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. You can see bands of lake effect rain coming off of Lake Ontario. And there's just a general scattered nature to this type of weather where it changes a lot. You get some showers, the sun comes out, more showers, the sun comes out. We'll see similar conditions to this tomorrow. The general idea is that there's going to be a change in wind direction, which kicks a lot of this activity to the north, and then another change in wind direction, pushing a lot of this activity to the south. We have something called a short wave. It's just a ripple of wind in the atmosphere that's going to move all this around. And again, the bottom line is expect the showers to continue into Friday, perhaps into very early Saturday, but the weather looks dry Sunday and Monday. Let's talk high school football. Up until this point, it's been an undefeated season. We haven't had any rain on Friday night since the season started. Well, guess what? That undefeated season looks like it's coming to an end. We have some showers in the forecast here for tomorrow evening, and it looks chilly if you're heading out. So not the nicest night for high school football, but also not terrible. It's not going to be pouring rain for most areas. We are now considered past peak in the fall foliage. Notice a lot of leaves are coming down. The roads are going to be wet. Keep that in mind. They can be quite slippery here with those leaves on the ground. Look at this picture. This picture was taken yesterday by Ruth and Morris. This cloud looks like a wing. This is called a lenticular cloud. It is caused by stable air slowly rising, and it creates these ripples in the cloud. It's actually based on rising air from a mountain or a hill. So it's something that's generated, at least the motion from that's generated on the ground. Westernville, 50 degrees, 49 in West Berlin, Dolgeville, 49 across the southern valleys, Cooperstown, 47, Oneonta, 45, Unadilla, 50. Scattered showers continue, low pressure to the north, and again, this is just going to sit around for the next 24 hours, bringing scattered showers to central New York tonight. We'll drop down into the 40s. Tomorrow, lake effect rain. It starts out in the morning generally to the north, and then it drops southward throughout the day. So again, widespread showers. The machine starts to slow down Saturday or tomorrow night. A few lingering showers to the west Saturday morning, some residual cloud cover, but we should see a return to a few breaks of sunshine by later in the day. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy with temperatures near 50. Cloudy showers tonight, 41. Tomorrow, cloudy showers, 49. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy Saturday, 50. A little bit more sunshine Sunday. It's making strides against breast cancer. Temperature 50 in the afternoon, a little chilly in the morning. Sunshine Monday, Tuesday. A few showers return Wednesday and Thursday. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to talk about how the wet leaves impact stopping distances as you drive.
And I like how you use my car for that.
Yes.
As the model.
Thank you. More than 6 million.
Artists.
Something to be mindful this time of the year, and I know it might seem obvious, but if you think about it, the leaves that come down on the roads can make driving pretty hazardous. We all know how slippery the leaves can be, but did you know that a car could take 3 times longer to stop when the roads are wet and leaf covered? So it actually can be a big deal, especially when you're driving over 40 miles an hour. And of course, we have plenty of leaf fall this time of the year, and we are tracking scattered showers. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Scattered rain continues. Lake effect rain is going to stay with us here heading into tonight as well as tomorrow, and temperatures are going to be very close to 50 degrees over the next several days. We're not seeing much of a variation in temperature, which that in and of itself is a little unusual. This is typically the time of the year where we get big swings heading into between the warmer and the cooler season. Tonight, temperatures will be in the 40s. Keep the umbrella handy. Tonight's featured dog is Tucker from North Utica. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
Ahead of the grand opening of New Hartford's LL.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Let's take a look in Cooperstown this evening. Cloudy skies, temperature 47 degrees. We've been seeing a bit of a breeze, on and off lake effect rain showers. It's been a very changeable weather day as upper level low pressure is just settling in, and that's also going to drive our weather tonight and tomorrow. And we're getting into lake effect season. It's the same thing as snow, but in rain. It's the same process of cooler air moving over the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes, and it generates precipitation. It's all based on the wind direction. Today, that wind is coming from the northwest, so that brings a lot of these showers right into the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, that band is going to lift to the north with winds turning into the west, and then the winds shift again tomorrow into the northwest, which brings the lake effect south. So bottom line is we'll be seeing some on and off showers here over the next 24 hours. A reminder, you can always track the weather on the go by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can see images like this, the current radar on your phone. Very easy and easy to follow in case you're looking to maybe go for a walk to see if rain's coming in the immediate future, things like that. Our rainfall outlook, again, scattered showers tomorrow, isolated showers Saturday. The weather looks to dry out Sunday and Monday. For those of you that are cleaning up the yard, keep in mind that not only are the leaves going to be quite heavy, but it's going to be much heavier based on rainfall. When the leaves are wet, they are typically 3 to 4 times heavier. And it does add up. 360 dry leaves is roughly equal to 1 pound. But again, if it's wet leaves, it's close to 4 pounds. So again, keep that in mind for the fall cleanup. Easier to do this, of course, when it's drier. Now you know why. Now you got the science to back that up. Skywatchers, Whitesboro, 52 degrees, Cassville, Helen with 48. And yes, I did miss her report yesterday. Just want to point that out. Curtis, 45, Inlet, 44, Jeff and Mohawk, 50 degrees, across Southern Valleys, Skinevus, 51. Cooperstown, Stewart with 47. Scattered showers continue as we head into tonight, tomorrow. Low pressure has been driving our weather. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, scattered showers. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. Tomorrow, lake effect rain showers. Again, they start to the north and they drift south. This continues into Friday evening, so this does impact high school football. And then the clouds just kind of linger around onto Saturday with temperatures in the upper 40s. Tonight, cloudy showers, 41. Tomorrow, cloudy scattered showers, 49. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather looks dry over the weekend. Temperatures will be near 50 degrees both Saturday and Sunday. Sunday looks sunnier compared to Saturday, but again, both days look dry. Monday, Tuesday, mostly sunny. A couple of showers return Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be right back. We're tracking lake effect rain this evening. The bands continue to impact a good portion of central New York. And with the winds changing direction over the next 24 hours, just about everybody will see some rain showers here. Temperatures are near 50 degrees, actually down to 48 at Griffiths and Rome. And it's going to be pretty chilly here heading into tonight. Our weather headlines, again, lake effect rain continues. Cloudy and cool for high school football tomorrow night. We're going to look at the conditions. It does look like this could be the first wet Friday evening since the season started. Sunshine returns as we head into the weekend. This evening, temperatures in the 40s, cloudy, showers. We are tracking an improvement in the weather as we head into the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's one of the toughest problems.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Another band of lake effect rain is moving in and it's producing some locally heavy rainfall. In fact, as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we can zoom in. You can see this is coming down pretty heavy between Utica and Rome. Another band from Verona to Paris. And this is moving generally from west to east. And we have a change in wind direction that's happening tonight. The winds are going to become more westerly, which means this band is going to set up to the north. So we're expecting some lake effect to develop north of the Mohawk Valley for tonight. And then another wind shift tomorrow will carry all of this lake effect to the south. So Lots of things in motion here over the next 24 hours. The bottom line, it means keep the umbrella handy. Expect very changeable weather. When it does rain, it's going to be pretty chilly. Reminder, you can always get our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. It's free to download, and you can track the quickly changing conditions in the weather here over the next couple of days. The weather's not looking great for high school football. It looks like this is probably our chance of seeing showers for the first time all season tomorrow night. Temperatures look to drop into the mid-40s, a pretty chilly night. We're now considered past peak with fall color across the majority of central New York. There's still a lot of color in the lowest elevations, but you're going to have to drive out towards Syracuse or Albany if you want to experience things that are considered peak color. The leaves are coming down, and when it's wet, it takes a lot longer to stop. For a 40-mile-an-hour drive, it takes about 3 times longer when the roads are wet. And leaf cover, just something to keep in mind on nights like tonight. Skywatchers, Whitesboro 52, Barneveld 47, Sequoia, or I should say Cassville 48 degrees, Mohawk, Jeff 50 degrees, Ilion 51, Westford 46, Edmonston 46 degrees, Devon Hartwick 44. Cloudy skies, showers continue. This is all being driven by this area of low pressure spinning counterclockwise, drawing in a west wind, bringing in cool weather from Canada. And again, that lake effect rain is going to be falling just to the north here tonight. And it stays that way through Friday morning, but then it drops southward into Friday afternoon. So again, just widespread showers will linger. This could linger tomorrow night, mainly west of Utica. Notice the SkyCast showing a couple of blips here. Could see a few sprinkles early Saturday morning, but by the afternoon, we do expect to see dry weather and a few breaks of sunshine. Cloudy tonight, a few showers, 41. Tomorrow, cloudy, showers, 49. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It does improve this weekend weather-wise. We're near 50 Saturday, mostly cloudy skies. Sunday for making strides against breast cancer. Temperatures look to be near 50, partly sunny Monday, Tuesday. Rain showers return Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the 50s. We'll be right back.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis. This is so cool. I've never seen one in person.
Now we've got a white squirrel showing up here.
We actually have a friend.
Hello, Sky.
Sky is here with us
the
tonight.
weather.
It's okay.
Anyway.
That is not the white squirrel. That's her toy.
Yeah, there
okay,
you go.
Just for
Look
the
at
record.
that. So you like the Bills logo here?
It looks pretty cool.
So white squirrel, Kelly Schaefer. This is an Ilion. So pretty cool shot there. Let's take a look at the weather here. Sky's going to come join me. You know what? It's like she knows that the lights are on, TV's on. All right, here. We'll put the graphics over her. Some scattered showers out there. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We've got a couple of sprinkles out there. There we go. Temperature-wise, we're 46 degrees, cloudy skies. Looking at pretty quiet conditions for now. The temperatures are going to stay in the 40s here as we head into this evening. Lake effect rain showers come to an end. It turns sunny as we head into the weekend, and then some pleasant weather will be arriving as we head into early next week. Tonight, good night to leave the heat on. Overnight lows drop into the low 40s. A couple of scattered showers out there. We are tracking more showers for Friday, but a nice weekend ahead. Look at the forecast that's coming out. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's one of the toughest.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We're taking a live look at downtown Utica this evening. Some scattered showers. It's been pretty wet across the Mohawk Valley. We've been tracking lake effect rain showers, a temperature of 46 degrees. And these bands of lake effect rain have been primarily across the Mohawk Valley, but they are moving to the north as we head into this evening. And so we are going to be seeing an end to the rain temporarily, but it will be setting up north of the Mohawk Valley. Looks like the streak of nice weather comes to an end for high school football. I think tomorrow evening we have rain showers around, and we haven't had any rain so far this high school season. High school football season has been dry back to back to back to back, but unfortunately things look to change. The leaves are coming down. We are now considered past peak across central New York. The lower elevations are still seeing some color, but again, things are waning pretty quickly. Radar and satellite image showing scattered lake effect rain showers, the steadiest of which are developing to the north. And the bigger picture shows an area of low pressure. This is going to draw winds in from the west. As this low heads to the east, the wind direction is going to change. And we're going to have more of a north wind, and that will bring more showers to the area tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, widespread rain, mainly north of the Mohawk Valley tonight. Scattered showers through tomorrow morning. That band of lake effect will drop southward, and so most of us will see bands of rain in the middle of the day, say the early afternoon to early evening across the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Tomorrow night, skies clear out. There will be some lingering scattered showers south and west of Utica very early Saturday, but the weather looks to dry out heading into the weekend. Cloudy skies tonight, low 41. Tomorrow, we're looking at cloudy skies, a couple of showers, highs in the upper 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy Saturday, 50, making strides against breast cancer. Sunday looks nice. A high temperature of 50 degrees. It's cool next week, but it's seasonable. Upper 40s, low 50s. Monday, Tuesday, mostly sunny. New showers return on Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the mid 50s. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. You get some great social media pictures.
Yeah, look at this one.
An albino squirrel.
Yeah, white squirrel. This is spotted in Ilion from Kelly Schaefer. Just a great shot. We had a white deer last week.
Yes.
So people are always sharing some really cool stuff. We always appreciate it. Our weather tonight, pretty quiet. We've been tracking some lake effect rain showers. We're back into that season. Cloudy skies, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperatures are cooling off. We're at 46 degrees, light rain being reported at Griffiths and Rome. Our weather headlines tracking lake effect showers. Sunshine returns as we head into the weekend. The weather looks pleasant as we look down the road. But tonight, it's unsettled. A couple of showers around. Might need the heat. Overnight lows drop into the low 40s. Unsettled tomorrow, but the weather looks nicer over the weekend with the forecast coming up. James, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's one of the toughest.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Scattered rain showers continue. Temperatures are in the mid 40s. And this band of lake effect rain is going to lift to the north this evening, and we'll see this stay across the north country through tomorrow morning. And the wind direction changes and brings more showers to our area as we head into Friday. It's just one of those weather patterns where it's going to be hard to shake the lake effect rain. And that's going to linger into Friday evening. And it looks like our undefeated streak of dry weather comes to an end. We've had dry weather for every Friday this football season. And it looks like the last Friday of the regular season will be featuring some showers here, temperatures in the 40s. Our fall foliage report, the last one of the season locally. We are now considered past peak for most of central New York. The lower elevations are still close to peak, but we are now considered on the other side of this going forward. So again, this will be the last report. As we look at the radar and satellite image, low pressure is driving our weather. We've got that west wind, which is creating showers to the north. As this low moves to the east, the wind direction changes, and again, those showers will be dropping south. Now tonight, cloudy skies, a few occasional showers. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 40s, so it is chilly tonight. And in places that clear out, they could briefly drop into the upper 30s, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Friday morning, rain is expected up across the north country, the Tug Hill, Camden, Boonville, Old Forge. And it's possible that the highest elevations could see a few snowflakes mix in tomorrow morning. But in the afternoon, it's near 50 degrees where it's not raining. These showers will drop south. Where it does rain, expect temperatures to free fall into the 40s. Friday afternoon, again, scattered showers. These linger into Friday night. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s. We are tracking some scattered showers, a few sprinkles into early Saturday morning with high temperatures in the 40s to near 50 by Saturday afternoon. Cloudy skies tonight, a few showers, 41 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, a few scattered showers, 49. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy Saturday, 50, partly sunny Sunday, 50 degrees. Great weather for making strides against breast cancer. It's chilly at night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. We're into the low 30s, so some patchy frost. But sunshine continues Monday and Tuesday. Scattered showers Wednesday and Thursday.
Check out his Facebook page from what happened at the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah, but we had a visitor.
We had a visitor.
Well, she's still here, but
She's exhausted because of all of that earlier, so she is. Oh, she just rolled over. She's out cold. All right, thanks, Phil. Coming up next.